Resilient Eala rallies from 0-4 third-set deficit versus Sasnovich, stays alive in Abu Dhabi Open, Manila, Philippines. At one point in her match, Eala looked like she was headed to an early exit from the Mabudala Abu Dhabi Open. Eala trailed 0-4 in the third set with her opponent, Belarus Alexander Sasnovich, looking dominant. But the Filipina showed heart and resiliency as she pulled off a huge comeback win to punch her ticket to the quarterfinals of the WTA 500 tournament, 2-6, 6-4, 7-5, 5, early Thursday morning, Manila time. Eala, the world number 45 in the WTA rankings, needed to dig deep and grab the gutsy victory against a tough opponent, ranked 104th in the world. After dropping the first set, 6-2, Eala had to break free from a 4-all deadlock to force the third set, 6-4, as she broke her opponent's serve in the 10th game. But in the third set, the Filipina was down 0-4 and looked headed to an early exit from the tourney. However, she won the next two games to put herself on the board, 2-4, and while Sasnovich moved to match point, 5-2, Eala clawed her way out of the hole and tied the set at 5-all as she broke her opponent's serve. The Belarusian then put herself in front anew with a win in the 11th game, before the 20-year-old Asian forced the tiebreak. She trailed 4-5, but she pulled out all the necessary stops to grab the victory as she celebrated emotionally. Eala will now take on Russia's Ekaterina Alexandrova, ranked 11th in the world, in the quarterfinals. Alexandrova earlier defeated Ukraine's Diana Yastremska, 6-3, 6-0. Resilience defined Eala's epic comeback at the Abu Dhabi Open. On a sun-soaked Thursday in Abu Dhabi, tennis fans witnessed a match that wouldn't just be tallied in the records, it would be etched in memory as a testament to resolve, grit, and the indomitable spirit that sports so often reveals in its heroes. Filipina tennis sensation Eala delivered one of the most thrilling comebacks of her young professional career, overturning a seemingly insurmountable 0-4 third-set deficit against Belarusian veteran Alexandra Sasnovich to keep her Abu Dhabi Open dreams alive, and, ultimately, secure her spot in the quarterfinals. This wasn't just a match. It was a journey across emotions, a dramatic rollercoaster of disappointment, belief, frustration, courage, and ultimately triumph, that captured the imagination of fans around the world. It was the kind of performance where statistics fall short and human spirit takes center court. A match filled with tension and turning points. From the outset, Eala's clash with Sasnovich promised tension. After a surprisingly lopsided first set, which saw Eala drop it 2-6, it appeared that the veteran Belarusian had both the tactical upper hand and psychological edge. Sasnovich, a former top 30 player with deep experience, was crisp and confident, her serve and movement working with the precision of a seasoned pro. Yet, credit to Eala's tenacity, in the second set, she began to retake control of the narrative. With a blend of improved shot-making, tactical adjustments, and the growing momentum of the crowd behind her, she fought back. The set swung in her favor, and eventually she closed it 6-4 to force the deciding third. But if the second set had been a hard-fought recovery, the third set seemed, at first, like a new nightmare. The brink of defeat, 0-4 down. Barely had the third set begun when Sasnovich surged ahead with ruthless efficiency. With two consecutive breaks of serve, she raced into a commanding 4-0 lead. In traditional tennis terms, this is one of the most crushing places a player can be. A double breakdown in the final set, staring into the abyss. Many would say the match was essentially over. Yet for Eala, those 4 games were just the opening of a much deeper story. Behind her was not only the Filipino support pouring from the stands, their chants and encouragement reverberating around the court, but also a lifetime of lessons in resilience that she'd built since her earliest days with a racket. As a junior, Eala had proven her mettle repeatedly, showcasing the competitive fire that would later fuel this remarkable comeback. So while Sasnovich looked poised to close out the match with apparent ease, Eala turned inward, compressing her focus, calming her breath, and preparing for the kind of fight that separates great athletes from the rest. A comeback story unfolds. The turning point came in the 5th game. With Sasnovich still holding the advantage, Eala broke serve to move to 1-4. Some analysts might have dismissed this as a minor glimmer, but in sports, sometimes a glimmer is all it takes to shift momentum. From that tiny spark, Eala built a fire. She held serve, heeded the rhythm of her shots, and began to take control of the baseline rallies. Game by game, Point by point, she clawed back. Reclaiming momentum, she leveled the set. Each game seemed to strengthen her belief rather than drain it. The crowd's energy grew, with chants rising like thunder. Every rally became a collective effort, a shared heartbeat between Eala and her supporters. As Sasnovich attempted to halt the momentum, Eala displayed both tactical awareness and emotional resilience. She remained calm under pressure, even when faced with Sasnovich's best shots. By the time they reached 5-5, the match had shifted from a test of stamina to a test of spirit. Tiebreak triumph, the moment of truth. At 6-5, with the crowd electrified and tensions at a peak, Sasnovich held serve to push the set into a tiebreak, the deciding crucible of the match. For many players, the tiebreak can be a place where nerves unravel. For Eala, it was the final arena in her long battle back. The tiebreak itself was a breathtaking microcosm of the match. Every point was fought with ferocity, neither player willing to concede even the smallest advantage. Eala's unflinching focus was evident, her shot selection sharp and her court movement precise. Then, in the final stretch, she produced the key points that sealed the comeback. When the last ball was struck and the score confirmed Eala's victory in the tiebreak, it wasn't just a win on the board. It was a declaration of resilience. It was proof that a player can rise above a deficit, silence doubts, and turn adversity into triumph. The crowd, the moment, the meaning. One cannot speak of this match without acknowledging the atmosphere, the electricity that comes from an engaged crowd. Many spectators, inspired by Eala's rise and representing the vibrant Filipino global community, brought intensity to the stands. Their voices echoed support, refusing to let the match slip into cold routine as Sasnovich threatened to close it out. The cheering was more than fanfare. It was a psychological force that buoyed the young athlete through every backhand slice and forehand rally. In modern sports, we talk about momentum, mental toughness, and heart. This match, perhaps more than most, embodied those abstract concepts in living form. A deficit that would have crushed a lesser competitor became fuel for Eala's fighting fire. She didn't just beat her opponent. She conquered doubt, fatigue, and the psychological weight of an uphill battle. More than a win, a statement. For many athletes, significant wins are marked by who they beat, a top seed, a former champion, a reigning favorite. But there are other wins that resonate differently.